Good morning. It's Thursday. Queen's coming up in the 8 o'clock hour right now, of course. Weekdays just after 7, we have Sleaze with Leslie Fram.
Russell Brand granted bail over further sexual assault charges. He appeared via a video link in a London court. You know, now he is facing criminal allegations of sex crimes against 6 women, Barnes. And there was a new one. UK's Crown prosecution announced further charges. We did talk about that about a month ago from separate police reports involving 2 women in 2009. It is in these charges that he was in court for on Tuesday.
So hold on. He was in jail. He was granted bail, but you said he was on video call. I didn't know he was in jail.
He wasn't. It just granted bail over further sexual assault.
Oh, wow.
Further sexual assault charges. And these are 2 new separate charges that we talked about a month ago.
And he's been very up in it and vocal on video, claiming he's done nothing wrong. Yeah.
Claiming his innocence. And this has been going on for years. And here's another one. A California law change is now reviving a sexual assault lawsuit against Tommy Lee. Do you remember this one? Tommy Lee, this woman, was in a helicopter, and she is now saying, hey, listen, this was dismissed, but because of this reversal now with this law change in California, she's saying, and she told Rolling Stone, if anyone thought my prior dismissal was a retreat, they vastly miscalculated my stamina. I dismiss my own case to await this legislation. Now that I have the law in my favor, I am seeking justice. Her name is Heather Taylor. She is largely talking about is a 14-page complaint against Tommy Lee. She says that he lured her onto this trip under false pretenses. Also, the pilot, who was her friend, is now since deceased. She is seeking claims related to sexual battery, gender violence, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and negligence.
But a rock star getting a charge like that, what you described sounds like a typical outing with someone who wants to be with a rock star.
No, she was actually going with her friend who was the pilot, and when they got to the helicopter, apparently Tommy Lee was there.
Okay,
yeah.
I was confused. I was thinking
No.
You were saying she went along on this trip.
No, she was on this flight. He shows up. She said he and the pilot, or her friend, consumed a lot of alcohol. They smoked marijuana. They snorted coke. And then he forcibly groped her and did other things. And apparently her friend chuckled at what was going on. This is a terrible story and terrible for Tommy Lee.
Yeah, it does not sound good at all. Dang.
I do have some audio, and I want to bring up that this is very distressing. It could trigger some, so I just want to warn you in advance. This is Fire Rose, who is the female artist who is married to Billy Ray Cyrus. Apparently, she was taping him, and she just released this audio.
You f***ing will not listen. You will not listen.
I'm listening, please.
Okay, listen to this.
Please,
If you want to salvage anything about us,
please.
you sit on this couch.
Please,
Well,
please.
what the f*** are you gonna do?
Please, just please.
What are you gonna f***ing do?
Please don't. Please.
See, you won't shut your f***ing mouth.
What do you mean?
You want
No,
me to stay? Shut up. Shut your f***ing mouth. You want me to stay? I'll stay. Here, babysit you. Because that's what I've signed up for. Stand there and cry. Won't you stand there and cry? You deserve every bit of this. You won't f***ing stop. You are so selfish. You're the most selfish human being I've ever known. And I've known some selfish people. And you don't even have sense enough after the 5th time. I was going to take you to the chiropractor and go get you some food. And you still wouldn't shut the up.
Just never.
Come back.
I don't know when I'm allowed to talk and when I'm
Now,
not.
you're not. Stop. It's not my fault.
Wow, that is traumatizing. And
It's really traumatizing.
oh, I feel bad for anyone who is in a situation like that, and I'm sure there are ears listening to our show right now who may be in situations like that. Please get out of it.
And, you know, interestingly enough, he's all happy now in his new relationship with Elizabeth Hurley, but this has not been addressed.
I can't imagine that Elizabeth
horrifying.
Hurley, even if she heard... Well, that is the weirdest coupling anyway, and you
It
just
is.
heard... So she secretly recorded this, obviously, but this guy, you just saw in 1 minute what a monster he is.
It's very sad, and I hope at some point
Damn.
she can get help, and obviously this situation in the future can be resolved because it's really troubling. Just when you thought that the whole Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni drama was over, no. Have you seen the latest text messages that have been revealed?
The ones with, is it Taylor Swift and somebody?
Yes.
I thought they said that that she wasn't going to be involved, but the trial's coming up, right? Soon.
Yeah, Blake Lively apparently referring to Justin Baldoni as her quote-unquote doofus director in these text messages and a clown. She called him a clown. Yeah, she obviously wanted to send the script to Taylor before Taylor came over to her apartment. And Swift was like, I'll do anything for you. And then in another text exchange, Blake Lively says, you were so epically heroic today. I recapped every moment to Ryan. I kept remembering stuff. You making blank up about me and lenses and referring to yourself as my doll. This clown falling for all of it, but also resisting it. You are the world's absolute greatest friend ever.
This is the weirdest thing because both of them putting out text messages that make it sound like they both were so fake to each other.
Yes.
You don't know where the reality is. It's so blurred.
It's really blurred. At one point, Taylor called Justin a bitch in a text message to Blake. All of this is coming out, and it's all super embarrassing, I think.
I hope they televise that trial. I will watch that because they're going to be dragging so many names. Stuff is going to pop up that we haven't seen yet. I hope.
Nobody does selling better than Shopify. Shopify is the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret, with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts go abandoned and way more sales going through. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. On the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period for 3 months at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
The CJ Pearson Show.
I'm CJ Pearson, and I'm the host of The CJ Pearson Show. Every week, we'll take on the biggest cultural, political, and moral battles in America head on.
From a perspective you won't hear on mainstream media.
No spin, no filters, and no apologies.
Straight talk and fearless, real perspective.
Family, faith, country, bold truth, real conviction, zero permission. This is The CJ Pearson Show.
The CJ Pearson Show. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Remember the other day when you and I were talking about that new podcast category for the Golden Globes and somebody was noticeably absent? Well, now Bill Maher is talking about it with his buddies David Spade and Dana Carvey.
It was glaring that Joe Rogan was not nominated.
For Best Podcast?
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of popular, and you know,
it is known.
It is known.
He's absolutely brilliant at what he does.
And he's very good at what exactly. So if you're going to have an inaugural podcast category,
and you don't have.
It just speaks to living in the blue sky bubble. Yeah. But get out of your bubble, you know? I want to be one of you. I am one of you. But you're just so hard to defend because you're just such smug assholes. And this town is the epicenter of the problem. It really is.
He is so right. How do you leave Joe Rogan out of Best Podcast in the debut year?
And the biggest ever as well. This was interesting. Jennifer Lawrence says she once lost a role to Margot Robbie because she was deemed not pretty enough.
And I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, too. Didn't he want you?
Well, he did. And then everybody was like, she's not pretty enough to play Sharon Tate. And then they didn't. I know. And then
That's not true.
I'm pretty sure it is true. Or it's that thing where I've been telling this story this way for so long that I believe it. No, but I'm pretty sure that happened. Or he just never was considering me for the part, and the internet just like went out of their way to call me ugly.
Oh, I love her. She's anything but ugly.
Here we go again. Another Taylor Sheridan spinoff. Paramount Plus has released a little teaser for a show called The Madison, premiering March 14th. It's got Michelle Pfeiffer, Kurt Russell, Matthew Fox, Will Arnett. Yes, let's go back and do another cool Western.
My center, my soul is gone.
You will heal if you let yourself.
That's an Indian.
Native American.
What do I have before I'm too old to do anything more than just remember?
I've decided to feed this and never factor this into the equation.
Man, this dude is printing money and he gets the biggest names all together in one thing.
Yeah, this is the Madison exploring the lives of the Clyburn family, as it describes as a study of grief and human connection following a New York City family as they navigate life in the Madison River Valley of central Montana. It's so great to see Michelle Pfeiffer, right? Love her.
When's the last time she was in anything?
I know.
And she looks like she hasn't aged a day.
She looks gorgeous. Well, the Matt Damon and Ben Affleck show continues, but this time, and all sorts of actors have been asked about this, Ben Affleck discussing AI.
What I see is that, for example, if you try to get ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini to write you something, it's really because by its nature it goes to the mean, to the average, and it's not reliable, and I just can't stand to see what it writes. Now, it's a useful tool if you're a writer and you're going, what's the thing? I'm trying to set something up, or somebody sends someone a letter, but it's delayed 2 days and it can give you some examples of that. I actually don't think it's very likely that it's going to be able to write anything meaningful, and in particular, that it's going to be making movies like from whole cloth, like Tilly Norwood. Like, that's bull. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's not. I think it turns out the technology is not progressing in exactly the same way they sort of presented it. And really, what it is going to be a tool. Just like sort of visual effects, and yeah, it needs to have language around it. You need to protect your name and likeness. You can do that. Those laws already exist. I can't sell your picture for money. I can't. You can sue me, period.
I think he's correct, and you have to embrace it, especially if you're in a business where you feel like it is overtaking you. Now's the time to learn it and be a part of that, as opposed to just standing there and getting rolled over.
Well, we definitely don't want to use AI because you might get into the Razzie Awards. Yeah, the nominations are here, Barnes. Everyone just making sure that War of the Worlds is in all of the bad movie reviews. This is that take on the H.G. Wells story that starred Ice Cube. Oh, yeah. It's got 6 nominations for a Razzie. Also, Disney's Snow White. Here's another one. You won't be surprised. Jared Leto, worst actor for Tron Ares.
Ooh. Yeah. I didn't know War of the Worlds even came out with Ice Cube.
Yeah, it did on Apple TV.
Oh, I missed that.
Ariana DeBose, worst actress for Love Hurts. Natalie Portman for Fountain of Youth. Michelle Yeoh for Star Trek Section 31. Nicolas Cage for Gunslingers. I don't even think I knew what that movie existed. And this one was surprising. Robert De Niro, because he played both Frank and Vito in the Alto Knights.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was...
But Nick Cage, have you ever seen an actor who is in a critically acclaimed movie in one breath, and then in the next one he's in a Razzie movie, and it's been like that his whole career?
It's unbelievable. He goes back and forth. And speaking of Nick Cage, though, Stephen Colbert was interviewing him and asked him, what happens when we die?
Oh, wow. Well, nobody really knows. I don't know. I mean, I think, they say that electricity is forever, eternal, that the spark keeps going. I'd like to think whatever spark is animating our bodies, once the body passes on, that the spark continues to go. But whether or not that electricity has consciousness or not, who could really say?
That's so Nick Cage.
What did you say? What? That is your celebrity sleaze.
The CJ Pearson Show.
I'm CJ Pearson, and I'm the host of The CJ Pearson Show. Every single week, we'll take on the biggest cultural, political, and moral battles in America head on. No spin, no filters, and no apologies. We'll break down the biggest stories shaping our culture from a Gen Z perspective that refuses to be managed, muted, or manipulated. Bold truth, real conviction, zero permission. This isn't punditry, it's a generational takeover. This is The CJ Pearson Show.
The CJ Pearson Show. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.